Welcome to KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. Today I will be demonstrating how to make this easy and delicious Tex-Mex chicken stuffed zucchini boats. I'm going to be showing you 2 tables of macronutrients. The first version does not use the scooped out zucchini flesh, cilantro, or salsa, whereas the second version does include about half of the scooped out zucchini flesh, cilantro, and the salsa. The difference in total carbs, dietary fiber, and net carbs is minimal, so it's up to you which version will best suit your dietary needs according to your carb tolerance. This is an incredibly easy and fun recipe to make. These are the ingredients for the first version. As always, prepare by measuring out and cutting up everything before you begin cooking. This will make the cooking faster and easier. Also, it's a good way to make sure you're not missing any ingredients. As you can see, I have already pre-cut the chicken breasts into relatively small cubes so that they will fry quickly. Larger cubes will take a little longer, of course. I preheated my skillet on medium-high heat. Then I poured in the grapeseed oil, and when the oil was sizzling, I added the chicken cubes. I want to sear the outer parts of the chicken breasts very quickly to a nice golden color. This takes about 1 to 2 minutes while you're tossing. Then I immediately turn down the heat to medium-low and more slowly fry the chicken to ensure that the cubes are cooked all the way through. How long this will take will depend on the size of your cubes and the heat setting, so you'll have to use your judgment. But as a guide, my cubes took about 5 minutes. When my chicken cubes were done, I scooped them out of the pan and placed them in a bowl for a moment. Then using 2 forks, or you can use your hands, shred the cubes into large pieces. But don't make your shredded pieces too small. And then I add the seasoning. From left to right, the salt, paprika, cayenne, and chili powder. Just dump it all in and toss very well to evenly coat the shredded chicken pieces. In a second small bowl, combine the other ingredients: the sour cream, grated garlic, lemon juice, olive oil, and your shredded old or sharp cheddar. Stir well to combine. You especially want to make sure the olive oil is integrated with the sour cream and lemon juice. Add the sour cream mixture to the bowl with the seasoned chicken bits. In this version, I don't use any of the scooped out zucchini nor the salsa, as I mentioned before. Also, don't throw away any of the zucchini. This can be used in other recipes. Now stir well to make sure the chicken is well coated with the sour cream mixture, and then set it aside. Now let's make the zucchini boats. Begin by taking your large zucchini, and after washing and patting it dry, cut it in equal halves lengthwise. Then what you'll be doing is using a spoon to scoop out the flesh, leaving about 1 centimeter or 0.4 of an inch on the inside of the zucchini. And make sure you don't go through the skin or your boat may leak. Before I scoop out the center of the zucchini, I like to give myself a guideline. So I use a knife to draw a line to show how thick to leave the boat interior. This helps me to keep the interior thick enough so I don't scoop out too much with my spoon. If you prefer, you can use a melon baller to scoop out your zucchini center. When you have scooped out all of the zucchini flesh you want, take a large spoon and run it along the bottom and side to create a more even hollow. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it because it creates a more even thickness. At this point, it's a good idea to preheat your oven to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. I like to use a small oven-proof pie pan or casserole dish, which I always line with a parchment paper because it makes cleanup much easier. Now get your bowl with the shredded chicken. Divide the content into 2 equal parts. Each half of the meat mixture will be used to fill one of the 2 hollowed out zucchini boats. Then distribute 1 tablespoon of shredded old cheddar on top. I'm using the white version of the cheddar because that's what I had on hand, but the orange version is equally as nice. If you don't want to use cheddar, other options for cheese would be Monterey Jack with jalapenos, or a combination of any of these cheeses, or even mozzarella, but I prefer old cheddar. Now I'm going to show you how to make the all-dressed version, which has a few more ingredients. Begin as we did before. Fry and shred your chicken, then set it aside. Combine all your dry seasoning ingredients. In a second bowl, add the sour cream, olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, and the grated cheddar. Stir well to combine. I almost forgot, add the seasoning to the chicken and toss. Then shred the chicken and return it to the bowl with the seasoning and toss again so the chicken will be well seasoned. Add the sour cream mixture and stir well. Up to this point, every step has been the same. This is where the variation comes in. First, add the chopped cilantro. Also in this version, I have taken about half of the scooped out zucchini and chopped it into very small bits. I add this to the bowl with the chicken and the rest of the ingredients and again toss everything to combine well. Lastly, I added the salsa. Use either the mild or medium salsa. Don't use the spicy. Because of the spices you're already using, it might be too hot. If you're making this for children, you might want to reduce the amount of chili powder and not use cayenne pepper at all. It'll still be very delicious. Stir the chicken mix very well. Divide the quantity in half and add 1/2 to each of the 2 zucchini boats. As before, also top with shredded cheddar. I just want to show you that I prepared a mayo olive mix which will be used for garnishing just before I serve. This mix is 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Mix until it's well combined, then put it into a little Ziploc baggie and set aside. Now we're ready to bake. Place the casserole or whatever oven dish you're using with the stuffed zucchini boats in the middle position of your preheated oven. And the baking time will depend on how well you like your zucchini done. 20 minutes for a more al dente zucchini and 30 minutes for a softer zucchini. When your zucchini boats are done, remove them from the oven. Now we begin to garnish. I placed 8 small squares of avocado on top. I sprinkled the top with some fresh cilantro. Then get your little baggie with the mayo and squeeze everything to one corner and snip the tip of the baggie and squeeze evenly as you make a zigzag pattern over the top. Make sure you use up all the mayo topping. Then I took 4 grape tomatoes, each of which I quartered. I placed 8 quartered pieces on top as I'm showing here. By the way, all the garnishings are included in the macro, and although garnishings are always an option, I would recommend that you do this, as each of these ingredients do add to the total flavor. And of course, they add to how beautiful the finished meal looks. Enjoy! Thank you so much for watching this video right to the end. See you next time. Until then, please subscribe, share this channel with a friend, and if you want, leave a comment. I really do enjoy reading them. The link for the printable recipe, which is in my blog, is posted in the description below.